When I'm traveling, almost always, it's normal Scandinavian type of saunas. Whichever way you can do it, this helps to remove toxins. And remember, the toxic overload makes you have a body you're not comfortable in. Remember, 50% of the public aren't happy in their body. That's a pretty scary thing to think about. And one of the ways you can become happy is respect your body. The message you're going to give your body: yes, I'm exercising. Yes, I'm eating pure and healthy food. Yes, I'm taking saunas. Yes, I'm taking baths. Yes, I'm cleaning myself. Yes, I'm thinking positive thoughts. Yes, I'm taking time to rest, even if it's 5-10 minutes a day on your own, contemplating, meditating, praying, whatever makes you happy. All of those things give affirmative thoughts to every cell in your body. And every cell in your body now knows, maybe for the first time, you respect it enough, and it starts to respond to you the way that it always have aspired to do, that you've not allowed it to. Evidence indicates that infrared penetrate can actually improve cardiovascular disease. Of course, this is Japanese studies. Woe therapy is what they call it. Here, the first thing that happens when you have a heart problem is the doctor says, don't take a sauna, it's the worst thing in the world. Now we show that infrared saunas actually help to take away cardiovascular disease. Now, the people that have to concern themselves with saunas are people with multiple sclerosis. And if they do go in, it's a very, very short period of time. 80% of your brain is water. And remember, the multiple sclerosis, we now know since last year, is a virus, a retrovirus, part of the Epstein-Barr or chronic fatigue family that eats away at the bone, at the brain. And in fact, it's the fatty tissue and the glial cells and neurons that it's eating away at, snacking on. And when you have 80% of the brain as water, when it gently heats it up, it stimulates and activates for the multiple sclerosis person, the virus. So you have to avoid that. Everyone else, this is a great thing for. If you go in for a minute, then go in for 2 and go in for 5, work your way up and do more and more and more. So I cannot emphasize the importance of sauna enough. Lose weight while you'll sleep. It sounds almost like a sales pitch. Don't have to do anything. Don't have to think anything. Don't have to go anywhere. Just go to bed and lose weight. Why? Because again, when you go into that deep REM sleep, you lose weight. And when they look at the data on this, people who sleep well, and there's very few, by the way, it's hard to find those people today. People who sleep really well generally have body mass index that are healthy and suitable for them. Journal of Current Biology tested the idea that energy expenditure, burning calories as we used to call it, is effective by the time you choose to sleep as well as the length of sleep. Now, this is an interesting thing. So what time you sleep, just like what time you eat, gives clear, concise messages to the overall body and says, okay, this woman is doing the right thing. This man is doing the right thing. This is the circadian rhythm we're speaking about. So the 24-hour cycle, it runs the body's internal clock. Study found that test subjects monitoring during short afternoon much higher resting energy expenditures by 10%. 10%, that's a pretty thing. Now, how many of us have time in our busy lives to take a nap in the day? Well, we always laugh about the people in Southern Europe or people in Central and South America. Well, maybe they have that right. Not maybe, but science now says they have that right. And some of the great thinkers throughout history, Einstein's, Edison's, were terrific, notorious nappers. One time they asked Edison, when do you come up with these brilliant ideas? And in a very fussy way, he wasn't very cordial, let's put it that way. He yelled out, I don't know. He said, after I get up from my nap, I just write these things down. So it also get him in touch as it does you in touch with that. And you don't have to go for 2 hours in the afternoon. 10 minutes alone, you have a 10% difference in weight body mass. The most proven weight loss maintenance strategy in history of humankind is a living food plant-based diet. Over the decades, people who have attended this institute has worked with hundreds of thousands of optimize your immune system, fighting cancer and other diseases, always lose weight as a side effect. So I thought it was due time that I wrote a book that talked about your body, because I think your body is your friend And until you make friends with your body, you're always going to have this internal struggle, both biological, psychological, and I even think spiritual, that you should look at it as a fine, refined tool to employ your imagination and your dreams at their maximum best. And if and when you're capable and willing to do that, there's no doubt in my mind, or the mind of scientists globally now, that you're going to become a much more happy, balanced, and healthy person. So this is where I'm going to end this conversation with you today. If you want to click on here, this book is available from Amazon all over the world. And what we have to say to every one of you out there is that life is wonderful, that everything is working exactly like it should, except the human brain and our perception of what's going on. It's not the end of good things. It's the end of the bad things and the beginning of the good things. Once you're ready and willing to be good to yourself and for yourself. Join us all in our procedure to make life happy and whole and healthy for every single human and every other fellow creature on this earth. Be well.
Thank you, Brian, for that very informative presentation. We are now going to begin our live Q&A. I'll be asking questions as well as opening up the questions to the audience. But before we begin, can you just go over again where our audience can find your books and how to follow you on social media and get in touch with you and Hippocrates as well?
Well, probably the easiest way is social media today. So look up Hippocrates Wellness or Hippocrates Institute. INST is an abbreviation. And there you can get on our website, Hippocrates Wellness. And we have a shop here on campus. We ship things globally every single day, all over the world. Amazon has many of my books. This latest book, Self-Healing Diet, is there in front of you. You can click on and get that. And all of the other 30 books that either Anna Marie and I or together we have written over the years are available. And there's one for everything that you can imagine. I expose the fish consumption. As you know, I exposed the poultry consumption and also the dairy consumption. So any of you that are still struggling with any of those above issues, there's a clear book, scientifically based, that will literally tell you the perils that you'll experience by consuming those non-human foods.